This place could use a little spicing up. That does not. Okay, there. It's in frame now. This place could use some spicing up, can't it? There we go. This guy's name is Endurance. I'm gonna need that to get through these shitty videos. Yes, I am. But you know what's not shitty? This figure right here. And hey everybody, today we're going to be looking at the RHINOX Generations Voyager class from Beast Wars. Now this figure is truly beautiful. It's just, oh my god! On this beast mode is really not the best. However, it looks super cool. There seems to be no kibble on this figure, or to be very little, except for the seams, you know. But once you turn this figure around, there's a lot of kibble, like a lot of kibble. There's a lot of kibble in the bottom here. Like you could clearly see these are weaponry, and this is just an end. This is just a plain hand. There's nothing else to say about it. But one feature that I love about this figure is really big hinge joint at the mouth, and I love it. But if you turn this figure upside down when you open up the mouth, hi there. No. But you're not going to be looking at this figure upside down. You just want to prop this figure up so you can open it in the mouth. That's beautiful. Anyways, now, how do I say this? This figure is extremely solid. This just, oh my goodness. You can just hold it around and just, I don't know where this is going, but basically, pretty solid. However, the possibility on this beast mode, it's next to nothing.
It's fine.
You have a hinge joint right here, and I guess if you open this up, pull it down, and you have a hinge joint right here, but that's more for the transformation, so let's not count that. And at the hind legs right here, we have a hinge joint, but I don't know if that counts. And as previously mentioned, anyways, now I'm not going to be recording the transformation for this figure since it's incredibly difficult. But yeah, we'll transform him in 3, 2, 1. And this figure in the robot mode, I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna say at the start, it's pretty good. Now, that's mostly because, every good figure always has pretty good posability, sculpting, and painting. And this figure has all that. I guess we'll start off with the painting. Now, the painting on this figure is super cool. The little bits of oranges, gray, green, black, red, gold, just it's beautiful. It's really good. Like when I say really good, painting and sculpting on this figure is really good. Okay, but however, one thing that kind of keeps me from loving this figure, the kibble. Notice that I said kind of, because the sculpting and the posability make up for that. Now, I want to touch on the painting, on the, on the animal mode, so I'll just, pretend I transform this figure. Yeah. The beast mode has pretty good painting. Since this is really the only painted, I guess, piece on the beast mode is just the head. And the painting and just the feel of the horn is pretty good. It's not sloppy at all, and it's mostly because it's its own piece. But, yeah. Also, that eye is painted super good. Like, usually on a NECA figure, on, other figures, it would be a little bit messy, and I guess it is a little bit messy on this eye. It's a little chipped right there. But, as said by a previous toy reviewer, the lack of painting on this figure implies that it wants to be played with. Okay, that it doesn't want to be played with, but it's you know it. You can play with the figure, but of course I wouldn't do that since I'm a manly man and I actually don't watch. I don't watch little kid shows. I'm a manly man, and I wouldn't play with this figure. That was a joke. Anyways, yeah. Let's get back to the sculpting on this figure. Now, this head looks really nice. I really like it. I don't know what to elaborate on it, but painting and sculpting is just super nice. Again, the eyes. Oh my gosh, they're so painted cleanly. However, well, no, not really the eyebrow. Yeah, the eyebrow, again. Yep, this figure is just really good. The head as well. Yeah, I don't think there's that much. There's a much place where it's messy, except for these pieces. Now, I don't know why, but the rhino feet nails, they're painted like shit. Like, honestly, look at that, hon. Look at that right there. Focus. Look at that. Oh my goodness, that is actually horrible. Come on, I think it might. I don't know if it's just with my figure, but oh my goodness, that is really sad. However, on another note with the painting, this figure with the gray pieces of the rhinoceros, the little gray pieces are all flossy. Or, I mean, not flossy, glossy. Now, yeah, when your camera dies and you're recording this bit for the third goddamn time, I was gonna do a bit where it was like, yeah, this figure is pretty good, but, this is the third time I'm doing this little section. Okay, anyways, let's get back into the review. The painting and sculpting on this figure is just really nice. The posability on this figure is also pretty nice, but let's just dwell on the painting on this figure, because I fucking love it. Now, look. Little bits of orangey gold, white of the teeth, black, gold, green, black. I love it. However, little bad thing about this figure is the kibble. Oh my god. The kibble on this figure. It's clearly just a thigh. And then this, it's clearly just the head. But other than that, it's still pretty good. However, another thing, the last point wasn't really about the painting, but one thing about the painting is the rhino feet nails. Painting on it is just horrible. It's just, oh my, like, it's so sloppily painted on. While everything else on this figure is really painted on really nicely, just these little parts, they're complete aids. Like, what is this? What is this? Then that kind of keeps me from completely loving this figure, but I do love this figure. Not, but not 100%. Maybe like a 90%. Now, however, one thing that kind of, well, actually, again, I'm gonna go back onto the paints. The pretend I transformed them back into his beast mode. What? It's his beast mode. Yeah. This is because the head is the only place with painting. Yeah. The little black eyes. I just wanted to note this, but the little black eyes are painted cleanly. However, on this side, it's painted not as cleanly, but still pretty good. And the horn is also really nice. And, oh my goodness, I transformed them back! Yeah. So, I guess there's nothing else to do. Wait a minute, yes there is one thing before I get into the posability of this figure. Comes with 2 guns. So nice gun. Very, very, very nice gun. Okay, but in all seriousness, yes, this figure just comes with 2 accessories. They're not. I would have preferred a little bit more accessories, but I guess NECA just spoiled me with all their ultimate figures. But hey, 2 accessories is better than none accessories. I didn't well, since there's a certain way you're supposed to put this figure, the guns into this figure. So, wow, yeah, this is basically how you do it. You just take them off, snap the little handles into place, and that's basically how you do it to take them out of transforming mode. Both of them have a, little button that makes the little disc, I guess, the razor, that spin. The name is not coming to me. And they just slide into his hand. Yeah, but right now we're gonna take them off right now for the posability on this figure. It's pretty good. Now, first we're gonna start off with at the head, as always, as a ball joint, but his big fucking crimson chin is just blocking it. But you can move it up, and yeah, 360. Can look up that far and not down that far at all, really. Well, yeah, down that far. I guess this is his normal. Anyways, at the shoulder we have a hinge joint, swivel 360. Hinge joint at the knee. Well, not the knee, the elbow, and a swivel here. Another thing to note from the transformation, it's supposed to be like this, and then it, pull it down, but there's nothing keeping it from, not going up. I guess that's a thing to note. If you're, it can kind of get annoying when posing him, and there goes that. Okay. Now it's getting to one of my major gripes. No wrist rotation. There's literally no wrist rotation. To get even just a little bit of a hinge joint, you had to break the sculpt and just go like that. But there's no wrist rotation. There's nothing at the wrist. That kind of gets me mad. But it's still a pretty good figure without that. Now, if you move these flaps, we'll just move them for now. You can just move this one by itself, and then this will, if you move it a lot, it'll just start moving this one. But yeah, anyways, we have a swivel here. 4 times it fucking recorded this bit. Anyways, let's get to the figure. Because the battery on my camera is dying. So let's just hurry this review up. Now, the painting and sculpting on this figure and the posability on this figure are so good. Like, really good. The painting on this figure, again, is so good. Little bits of red, little bits of black, the little icon right there. The orange, gold, black, green, gray. It's super good. And kibble. This is just plain kibble. You can, but I think I'm pretty sure it's accurate to the design, but I can't remember since I'm a 2000s kid. I can't, I didn't see that show. But yeah, let's get into the posability of this figure. Now, the posability of this figure, it's pretty good. We have a ball joint at the head. If you move his crimson chin out of the goddamn way, you can actually get, 360. Now he can look up this far and down this far. And let's go to the shoulder. The shoulder has a hinge joint, swivel, a hinge joint and a swivel. And this doesn't plug in. That's a little minor gripe. And no wrist rotation. That's pretty aggravating.
No,
But I still love this figure. It doesn't matter. The painting and the sculpting and the other posability is just super good. Anyways, yeah. If you move this up, there's a hinge joint. There's a hinge joint here and an ab crunch. Not that much of an ab crunch, but yeah. And there's not an arcing back, by the way. Yeah, but we also have a hinge joint swivel at the mid calf and a hinge joint here, and no posability at the feet. Well, I guess there is a kind of a pivot right here, but that doesn't really count. And then you can move the feet up, but that, you know, that's kind of for the transformation. But we'll count that in, I guess. So the posability on this figure, I guess it's pretty good. I guess I'll get behind the no wrist rotation right now because everything else is pretty good. But yeah, now let's talk about accessories. Those little, you know, blade parts little blade bits of kibble in the back of him, upside down, in his belly, were his guns. Now these guns just, you know, if I can actually hold them, they just plug in to his hands, and you know, epic. Now, what would I rate this figure? I guess I really like this figure. The painting, the sculpting, just everything combined lands this figure 8 out of 10. Mostly because of the kibble and the no wrist rotation. Kind of gets on my bad side. But I guess this can be counted as wrist rotation, but that's just more for the transformation, so I'm not gonna count it. Yeah, if you like this figure, you can go to your comic book shops, pick it up, and I don't know where else to pick it up. I guess online. So yeah, 8 out of 10 for this figure. Well, no, 7 out of 10. Yeah, next week probably next week we're probably gonna be reviewing the Gremlins 2 New Batch NECA NES repaint. So stay tuned for that, and see you guys later. Subscribe, like, and comment. Bye!